Hello and welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Horizon 5 with a challenge. Now, the way that this one is going to work is inspired by a recent Top Gear episode. We have a selection of classic cars, and they're going to go running through this rally stage. They were to be built up to 525 PI. They had to be sort of 70s and older, and the only rule as far as the build goes, aside of 525 PI, have to be on their standard suspension, which means they're going to be wallowy and a bit bouncy, and all of that sort of entertaining stuff. Most of them, I think all of them are probably running on off-road race tyres because this is an off-roady challenge. The aim of the game is to, for one, it doesn't matter which one, but one of the C-Class vehicles to cross the finish line before the Prerunner, the purpose-built off-road truck, the Ford driven by Gliska. However, we get a minute head start. So we've got a minute to try and get as far through the course as we possibly can before the Prerunner is released. It's then got to work its way through the course and catch us and pass us all. It's going to be an interesting one if the race ever gets started. You've given me a lot of time to do this intro game. I'm not 100% convinced we're going to be going racing here. We might or might not. Forza's being Forza, which is basically it's broken. We might go racing at some point. Maybe. I think we've got a disconnection going on. That's probably what's happening, as long as it's not the bloody truck. The truck we need. The rest are expendable. The truck's still in. We are underway. And we shall see what happens. Yeah, I've gone for the Renault, the R8. It is... the R8? It is Renault 8, I should say. I think that's why my brain went for that. Regardless, it's a new car to the game. It's a cool thing to have. I like little obscure, slightly unusual vehicles in my racing games. So, yeah, this is a fun thing to have. We're going to see how it does. It's not very powerful, having only got 115 horsepower. But it is relatively light, at least, which is something. I have got a full racing line. Everyone has the full racing line on because the trail is a little difficult to see at times. The Reliant is a weird vehicle in this. So the Reliant is one of the fastest vehicles in a straight line for this. However, it is very bad in the corners and even worse in the water. So we kind of don't worry about the Reliant for a little bit, and who knows what's going to happen later on. And in some ways, we don't actually want to fight one another too much here. We don't want to get caught up in our own battles unnecessarily. Oh, there's a little bit of cars in ghost mode and cars not in ghost mode. Because at the end of the day, we can fight ourselves into attrition. As tempting as it is, and as much as we want to race each other, we can end up fighting ourselves into the attrition pile. And then the big Liberty Design Prerunner will pass us all anyway. I get the feeling the Civic might be along the lines of the Reliant. It is very quickly in a straight line, but it may well... It probably has less trouble in the corners. It might also hate the water, but we'd have to wait and see. The Civic may be, I hope... I mean, the Renault's putting up a good fight so far in this. I almost got some oversteer at not very many miles an hour through that section. Do I have the grip? We should have the grip to get away with just chucking it through here. We do. Try and find the narrow bit of water, because of course the truck doesn't care about this water, whereas our small lightweight vehicles with not very much ground clearance, not compared to a Prerunner, do not like these puddles. The big Chevy will have more power than I do, although I think we found a slightly shallower bit of water in all of that. We'll again aim for the... well, trying to aim for the shallower bits of water. It's kind of working. We've got a Jag is around the place. Now, this course is about 7.5, 8 minutes long. If we're seeing a Prerunner now, we're in trouble. In fact, there it is. It's about to be at the crossover point. We didn't get to see it. Longbow will have seen it in all of that. So, yeah, we don't really seem to have an answer for the Civic. Can't do much about that. Can't really write about that. It looks like there's a much bigger fight between me, the Chevy, the Ford, the Jag is in there. The Reliant will have its moments of catching up and then its moments of falling back. But there is a big water section coming up that may well be the breaker of the Civic, or if the Civic deals with that water section well, then there is little hope for me being able to do anything about catching it. This section, so we're supposed to be trying to stick to the trail as best as possible. It's got like a windy course to cover all sorts of different surfaces and terrain and that sort of good stuff. Trying to stick into the trail as best as possible without too much sneaking around with. shortcutting, but there's going to be the occasional wandering about as we figure out where we're going. Oh no! Nope. I beansed it. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure if I clipped that one or not on the way through. I'm pretty sure I missed it, which is why I turned around to check, but I'm not actually 100% sure if we did or not. And the pack is all really close together, actually, no, even including the Civic, the pack is all really close together. It's only a little further up the hill. I don't want to be the first in the firing line. Oh, Blakey found all the logs and that ruined both of our runs. I committed going up there. I got completely screwed again by I think there's nothing I could have done with that one. That was yeah, we were making our way up a hill and Blakey also got screwed over, but we got screwed over like double because Blakey got slowed down by the logs, which sucks, and then got sped up by me, and I got slowed down and had no one to speed us up. So this has gone really badly wrong. However, as we said, it doesn't matter too much about what happens to well, it doesn't matter what happens to us. We were hoping to be in a better position in all of this. Sadly, it has gone a little bit awry. Oh, I may have made a poor decision through this. We're all good. Speed Beast has gone for a spin. The one vehicle that should be relatively good here has had a spin, and the Sprite's fallen over, and I'm about to have a falling over if I am not careful. Go, Renault. Find some drive. So we weren't allowed all-wheel drives. I presume that Scout has been rear-wheel drive converted in this. The Sprite is going to hate this water. I'm going to presume the Civic has fallen over or something along the way because it is no longer leading the way, and Pega has taken that away with the Chevy. I have found a shortcut of some sort. I can't even find where I'm going anymore. Oh, it's all gone wrong! And it's not going to be long until that truck catches up with us. I'm kind of just going throw caution to the wind at the moment. Because what the hell have we got to lose, really, at this point? We've taken out some logs with us. Can't see the truck yet, but it's not going to be long until it's up here. I saw a nameplate. I thought Speedy's got stuck on something. That's why I was a little cautious, like a tree or something. Blakey slid wide. We slide wide with the Renault as well. The truck is closing in. Oh, dear. It's not going to be long until we are in trouble here. We've got our own little squabble going on here for position. Now, if we can slow down the big Liberty Design vehicle, then that will also be helpful. So if it gets stuck trying to overtake us, whatever way that might come, I don't know what way that's going to appear, but if we can end up blocking it in, because let's face it, there are some narrow checkpoints here. There are some walls, there are some bits of scenery that it could get stuck in. So if we can manage to get it stuck, fantastic, we'll try. It is not far away now from catching us. It's not long to go in the race. I think it's going to struggle to catch the vehicles at the front, but I mean, it's got this sort of more open section where it is going to have way more power than the 115 I've got going on in this. I can see it in the background. The truck is on the march. The Civic's got no top end, it would seem, or has had a bad time somewhere along all of this. Here we go. We haven't got far to go. So the actual finish line is not quite where the overall race finishes. Oh, the truck's really sideways. There's a proper finishing gate. We're not going to be ahead of the truck here. Not a chance. It's going to come blasting past us here. Nope, it's off. It goes clear of us. It's going to go clear of Blakey. It's going to go shooting off after the leaders. There's the finish gate. The C-Class cars win. There's been some accidents for a bunch of people, but I think Liam might have got it. I think the Jag and the Reliant made it. Well, we actually recovered quite well in that, surprisingly, from what was an awful race. We overshot checkpoint, got a little bit of trouble, and we had trouble in the water as well. Gliska got close. That was really close for Gliska in that one. Good effort. Very, very good effort in the end. Just couldn't quite catch a Reliant and a Jag. But yeah, I like the little Renault. It did good. I made a little mistake, just the tiniest of errors. But there we go. Round number 1 has gone to the C-Class cars. So, we are going to be running in the big terrifying truck for this second attempt through the course. Hopefully not make a mess. See, if I miss a checkpoint with the truck, it's kind of game over. I miss a checkpoint with the Renault and we're like part of a bigger team when you're the only one on the team is a little bit difficult. But yeah, we're going to do the best we can, see what I can make from this truck. As we get to 1 minute mark, we shall launch the pre-runner into the forest and yeah, try our best to make it up through the field. Not really sure what gears I want to be running this truck in. I've not really driven the pre-runner at all. We've got 700 horsepower in this, but it does weigh 7,000 pounds. So, like, the power-to-weight ratio in this is, I mean, it's not as good as you might like. But yeah, of course, it's got way more power. It'll be good for clearing the debris. I mean, I think the bigger difference really for this is it's going to be good through the water. It's going to be good at climbing up hills and all of that sort of stuff, where the much smaller, much lighter vehicles get into trouble. It is certainly a lot more unwieldy, especially in these tighter sections. This bit here, potentially a bit of a problem for the truck, although we are through there quite nicely. I don't know if I want third gear getting out of that section or not. I don't really want to be spinning the wheels up. Well, I was prattling around with the truck while we were waiting to load in, and it felt like it could slide around quite a lot. But now actually we're sort of running it here. It feels pretty good to drive. I got some confidence in chucking it about, although I probably shouldn't get too much confidence in doing that, because that's when you make silly mistakes. This is the crossover point. I feel like we're about the same point where Gliska was to the field previous time around, so that's good. It looks like we're on course to be at around a similar place. Now, I'll still try and aim for the narrow bits of the water. It's just less of a concern with this truck. I still want to go through the narrow parts. At the end of the day, even in a truck like this, if we can go through the narrow parts, it will be faster, but it's not quite as critical if you do end up brushing a bit of the deeper water or whatever. So yeah, we're slightly a bit worried. Come on, truck, let's not do anything stupid with it. Try and keep it all together. Like, you feel like this is going to be easy. As you saw last time, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. The water section is where the big difference kind of comes in. No idea how much speed I can get away with the truck. Of course, so this does have, we said, we've got the full racing line on and everything. It's difficult to measure because, of course, that's measured in the sort of track course creator. And when you're building something like this, you may well be slowing down because you're figuring out quite where you want to place the checkpoints and all of that sort of stuff. So that's not really a good judge of where you are actually needing to brake. That's not the purpose of the line here. It's not to tell us where to brake. It's just in case you get a little bit lost at any point. Because the route is weaving its way through all sorts of places. It's a fun little stage, if you like. Has a big jump for the truck, but of course we can get away with it. But we land those quite nicely. Oh, that's my first sign of trouble there. Oh, just slid a little bit too much. Right, we're barreling down the hill here. We go through one of these ancient buildings. I want to say temple. I might be wrong. I don't know enough about that kind of stuff. The hill is where we should make some big time up. Looks like somebody's in trouble. Speedbeast has had a poor run. I would ideally have preferred not to hit the logs, but we did anyway. We're going to go around the back of the houses because we were kind of already overcommitted there. Regardless. Right, back onto the more expected path. Now, the big trees will still cause us grief if we hit them. So we'll clear a lot of the little debris out of the way, that's no problem, but the big trees I've still got to be careful of. Where are we going? Up here. Oh, we are over that section. Now comes... Okay, so now we're towards the water. This is where we should hopefully make up some big time. I've got to not roll my vehicle through here. That would be a killer for the big Bertie design truck. Throw it down the river. Actually got a little bit wide, although it's not necessarily the worst thing in the world. We can accelerate on the land a smidge better, so that's fine. Dodge the trees, dodge the trees. Where is our path out of here? Not sure what the best way through there is. Little bit of guesswork and luck is going on here. Where is the checkpoint? There it is. We've found a speed beast, and by the looks of it, a sprite has missed a checkpoint as well. Okay, so we've found sort of the stragglers. We're going to push our way past a little bit on the Range Rover. Oh no, overshot a corner. That's not what we needed. Where's a gear in there? There is a forward gear somewhere in that lot. That is not what we needed at all. Oh, that might cost me a little bit too much there. That's just it's the time loss. We're at 73% of the way through the course. Where is the next checkpoint? It's over here somewhere. We're wanting the course to open up a little bit for us. We wanted to try and use the power of the truck. Cool. That bit there has given us a smidge of grief. This bit here is quite twisty and narrow and nasty. We jump up onto the tarmac. Now, I was quick through this section with the car. I'm not so confident with the big truck because that would be really easy to get in trouble with. I think we're in a spot of bother here. I don't think we're going to be close enough, really, to do this. Minding the trees over there. Come on. Come on, truck. No, we're not going to do it. We're too far back. I think I made a couple of mistakes in the forest. A couple too many mistakes in the forest. We will hopefully catch a couple more before the end. No chance. No chance at all. We're further back. God, we had a really good start to this, but we just fell away as the run went on. I can see vehicles. Some stuff may well crash on the landing of the jump. Ah, no. Goddamn, disappointing. Disappointing by me here. Yeah, I feel like we made a couple of mistakes throughout all of this. We should make up some time on this landing. Oh, we're going to get Blakey, we're going to get Impega, and we're going to get Ninetales as we cross the line. Woo! It was definitely, yeah, we closed it. It's just those little mistakes. We overshot. Even the overshoots on the corners, even if I hadn't done both of those, I think we would have struggled actually to win. So this is the order I think they crossed the finish line in. The Ford taking victory from the Reliant, the Civic in third, ahead of Gliska with that Datsun. There we go. Yeah, and we landed almost on top of Blakey, and we outran Blakey and Ninetales and Impega, that little battle to the line. But there we go. That was a fun little challenge. A fun little challenge indeed. It's always difficult with these chase cars. Yeah, you make a tiny mistake trying to chase those down. It is tough. No, yeah, we were just a little too scruffy through the forest section in all of that one. But yeah, a really good fun challenge building the vehicles for it. And yeah, a really cool course. So thank you very much to Gliska for building this one. And thank you all very much for watching. That, though, is going to be it from me. Until next time, a goodbye.